Hello everybody, it's Wyron here with a continuation of our Sanctus Reach orc campaign, Legacy of the Weirdboy. So, this time around we are back to doing skirmishes. We did our story mission to the Maelstrom the last time. And, so yeah, we just gotta decide which to do now. And, it looks like we have quite a few large maps left, and most of these are actually large. So, what I think I'm going to do, because I definitely prefer generally the engagement sort of battles, so I think I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to do engagement. And we'll see how this goes. And yeah, still playing on Grim Darkness difficulty, having fun. Definitely looking forward to the Imperial Guard, so that's what I'm trying to bash my way through here. Unfortunately, I just haven't had very much time lately. Definitely been strained for time with school. So I don't know how things, how my video production will go for guides and that sort of stuff, because that is by far the most time-consuming thing to do. Unfortunately, I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure how that's going to go. I will do my best, but I make no guarantees. So let's see, we definitely want war bikers, flash kits, and we're already basically out of money. And Krumpa, we could get Krumpa. Get Big Red, but Big Red's not that useful. What we're gonna do, let's see, we could get Slugganobs, but they're very expensive and I don't have that much. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to get Rust Gob just to give us a face tanking sort of unit, or a unit that can spam units that will face tank. So shoot us. Another unit here, and we'll get we'll flesh everything out, the rest of this out with orc boys, I suppose. Let's see. I don't really want Slugganobs. I could drop another. I could get. Nah, I don't really want a Def Kappa. That's kind of useless. So unfortunately, I'm not in. Point-wise, this isn't ideal. I could do Slugganobs, so I definitely need to check which one of these guys is good items. Unfortunately, let's see. Flashy Bomb is not bad. Cleva Ammo. I'm actually going to take Slugganobs with this, whatever this is, and we'll try to roll with this, and I'll definitely see how things go. So we do get to position our troops, and given the way things are set up, we definitely don't want to. We'll deploy some orc boys here. So what I definitely don't want to do is I don't want to. Oh, I guess it's because of the bad terrain. So we're going to deploy our mech force over here. We're going to deploy the that guy over there. Biker's going to go in the back. We're not really going to pressure the left because the left only has one control point, whereas the right has more than that. Has two, I do believe, and it's a little weird. I wasn't sure if there were two next to each other there. It would be strange. I've never actually seen that happen, but I'm just not sure. We'll throw the flash kits over here as well. Though obviously we won't deploy them all the way up in the front. That's where we're leaving that guy. Some shooter boys just hidden out around the cap point. Some Slugganobs, and we're basically going very, very sort of light on this area. And we'll throw this guy over here just to give us some, give us a cannon fodder spammer essentially. And I obviously don't want these orc boys to be doing much of anything. And so they're going to get thrown over there. And oh yeah, and shooter boys, I don't really need them. Shooters just don't really do enough. What's their ability though with the best ammo? Yeah, it's okay, but it's nothing amazing. And we'll see what the enemy does. So stompy stompy. I don't see anything. I don't necessarily want to commit. It doesn't really matter. We're not in a rush to control everything. Or anything like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spam a bunch of Gretchen, send them to the front because these guys are my cannon fodder. I don't care how fast I lose them. Well, I kind of do. I'd rather not lose them instantly, but they can soak up enemy shots. They can absorb damage that would go into my flash kits. It definitely makes this guy rather useful. And I can shove my war breakers a little further forward. Nothing too crazy though. In the meantime, over here we're going to try to destroy this tile. And the reason for that is because I want to have a clear path of movement for my sluggas and my orc boys and all that sort of stuff to get around. And you can see these guys, yeah, it'll take a few turns of work, but it's okay. I'm not entirely sure. I think that it's actually a 100% chance to hit, but the it's glitched and says 10%. And obviously, they don't kill the tiles that quickly. I'll actually hustle on over here and just try to destroy this tile. It's my goal to destroy it as quickly as I can. And clear things out for my follow-up troops. Anytime over here, we're still kind of making our way forward, and I think that's it for this turn. I don't know where any of my opponent's units are. It's very important that I keep the Stompa and the Gretchen in the front, because they're the units that can tank hits, or that, well, I'd rather see tanking the hits. If there's any venerable dreadnoughts that suddenly appear, or enemy knights, or that sort of stuff, I'd much rather be those guys. Hertzquakes available again 4 turns. Gretchen, bikes need to be very cautious. I don't want to lose them, but we will jump up with the battle wagon. The battle wagons with the cannons are one of the few units that I can really engage Space Marine shooting troops with. I'm actually going to shuffle one of these orc boys over here just so they can contest the cap if my opponent makes any, or if the AI makes any attempts. I would say my opponent. I'm used to playing multiplayer. It's not really accurate, I guess, for AI. So that tile's clear, and now I can push troops through, which is perfect. Because I don't want to be running around the flanks there. At this point, I'm just kind of committing over to the right. I'm trying to do a flashy bomb there, so I just want to be able to contest. Because you never know, sometimes you do get one of those weird drops or spawns, I guess, of enemies. We're going to end turn here, and at this point, some of my opponent's units should definitely be pushing forward. Terminators are nasty. They definitely need to go. Blood Claws, not. I think those are Blood Claws. Yeah, those are definitely not a threat. And let's assume that's. So what I can do here, I could fire. I'll see what the other rockets actually do against the Wolf Guard Termies. Surprisingly well. And I think the quad-linked Shuda has more armor piercing, so I'm going to use that. The Terminators definitely need to go. The Meltas are a bit dangerous. The Meltas are definitely a bit dangerous, but it's not anywhere near as bad as the Terminators. Plus, I can wipe them very, very quickly. Now, I'll take that ability, and now what I can do is. That's actually pretty crazy. The amount of damage these guys put out is pretty obscene. We'll dash forward with our Gretchen, who actually won't be in range. But I want to use the Gretchen as scouts and just see if I can spot anything. So there we've got a Wolfguard Terminator Lord, who does have a Stormbolter. And Stormbolter is actually really powerful in this game. Nothing. 1 point down to the Wolfguard. They're definitely some tough bastards, the Terminators. I guess it's not inaccurate. And I could try to snipe. I don't actually have the shot. I don't have a shot. So, and I don't want to be shooting through my. This is actually perfect because being able to level up battle wagons is awesome. I could make him go faster. Use clever ammo. I think I'm actually going to go with red paint just so I can make this guy a little quicker. And I don't want to commit the boar bikes. Very. I'll keep these guys over here. Just need to keep vision. I don't actually want to commit any troops just yet. I'm going to pull the Shooter Boys back just because opening fire is so important. And we'll just hold back and work on capturing this right flank. And I don't know if it's obviously possible that the AI did commit some troops to the left, and I have for sure, but those guys didn't make it. That's perfect. It's crazy how many shots you get. Lands one hit and then overkills. I don't actually think you can level up Gorkanauts though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. No, maybe you can. There's definitely levels. I might be wrong. That was awful fast. I was actually hoping just to soften him up for my Morkanaut or Gorkanaut, but that kind of went above and beyond what I expected. We're gonna go. You can see just how inaccurate the fire is, really. There's some unit back there, though, that's taking fire. It's funny, train spray just hitting stuff. But I definitely wish I had some artillery. I'm going to send things stretching out the flank. I'm definitely not going to commit anything here just yet. And we're pushing our battle wagons forward, but I want to be careful. These guys aren't really meant for straight up fighting. It looks like I can't actually climb this ridge, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dash forward. I'll see if I can spot anything. I'm not necessarily going to push through all the way, but we're slowly but surely. I'm still not able to cast Herding Squig. And yeah, we're basically just going to sit tight. Maybe I should pull the bike. Oh, there's some units. These guys might be mean to the Gretchen, but that's completely irrelevant because Gretchen are so bad. Actually, 7 damage for a unit that's completely free. And then, of course, the Gretchen will retreat, but it's going to take these guys a long time to finish them off. So, that's one of the coolest things about Gretchen. Against the units that don't have like crazy amounts of splash, or units that don't necessarily have shooting, Gretchen are very tanky. Oh boy. Well, there goes that unit. So they do have knights, which could definitely put my left flank at risk. 3 HP. Mildly unimpressive. And yeah, we're kind of just... I could unload on the Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought's so far away it's not likely to do very much. What I can definitely do, though, is focus on these Thunderwolves. Perfect. That's getting me some XP, and I'm kind of interested to see as more XP. I'm definitely interested to see what exactly the Gorkanaut has if you level it up. Now, these are Meltas. Over here we had a whatever it's called, a Knight. So what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna want to make a mad dash over there. I can't spot anything, which is really unfortunate. It's crazy. You'd think of that like an Imperial Knight, which is huge, right? You'd think even Gretchen would be able to see that, even if they're like completely inept. I don't necessarily want to push these guys forward because if I do, I'm risking getting. I don't want to risk losing my flash gets to the Dreadnought, because that's definitely a bit risky. So I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna push forward to here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unload on the Dread. With the Louderner, I should actually. I think I could have casted that. I don't think I actually have a shot. Yeah, I don't have a shot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pivot that way. I'm ready to respond. And we're gonna jump up here, and because we do have that bonus to damage and stuff on these guys, hoping that I completely hoped wrong. Looks like we're not really doing anything with this Dread. Huh. Obviously, Dreadnoughts are heavily armored, but I expected there would be at least a little bit of damage. I obviously hoped wrong. So we're going to move over to there. We're going to juggle our bikers. I'm not even sure. The bikers are kind of stuck for the moment. I'm going to move them over there, but I just don't want to engage on the... I'm just very, very scared of the dread of the Knight. Now, these guys might get at the Gretchen, but once again, the Gretchen just don't matter. And they're not going to be able to wipe out any... Well, no, they won't. They won't be able to wipe out a unit of Gretchen just without shooting. So... You can see that guy... Oh, but he's still sniping away at the I was about to say Garganaut and Gorkanaut. I'll be able to snipe the Dreadnought down with the battle wagon. I don't know where the Knight is. Now, the Knight is actually a pretty frustrating thing to fighting against because he does have those energy shields. I'm not able to really hit that. There we go. Okay, so this guy might be a goner after this turn. We'll see. No, that's just isn't happening. We're gonna focus on the blood claws then. Well, close to death, but not quite dead. Not dead yet. if I could finish the Dreadnought off with this Walker, that would be perfect. But it looks like that's not going to happen. I think the rocket launcher is meant to be against enemy blobs. It's more like an AoE. Turn the hull, just try to be set up to shut down that dread. So I wanted to go and kill it off as soon as I can. I'm going to summon more. That was a huge cast. It's definitely very hard to shoot, depending just how many Gretchen you get. I really don't know where that knight is. There's some Grey Hunters. I'm not really worried about them because Grey Hunters are, well, they're definitely in a 1-to-1. You can definitely, I think, wipe out, for example, Warboys with them easily. Just because Grey Hunters don't have, like Grey Hunters do a lot of range damage, pretty precise range damage, but a Rhino, many of these units are just, oh, and we're gonna get, I think, there we go, beautiful. So the Gorkabot's actually gonna level up, which is perfect. Because I'm trying to, or maybe it might not level up, but I'm trying to get it to level up. All these Gretchen sniping away, it's so useless. I want to level up the heavy armor, because it's very hard to level up units that work that way. Units that spam shots in AoE tend to do better. That's very strangely high amount of damage. Oh, well, there. Yeah, my opponent's definitely, or the AI is definitely pushing over that way. The knight has very good vision, though, I think. Or I definitely should. I'm usually the knights have good vision. That's not a knight. I don't understand how Gretchen are struggling to spot this knight. It's so annoying. Well, at this point I basically spotted everything that could be spotted. Somehow, I'm going to destroy it. Apparently I can't even hit a... Somehow this is actually rather difficult to hit. I don't know why that was that way. Huh. Well, regardless. We're going after the rhinos. I definitely wish I would have been able to cram a loud and run to this guy, but unfortunately it was not, so that is what it is. I'm going to push this guy forward. Still trying to use my Gretchen to kind of scout away. The Titan, the Knight, even with its AoE, because it does, I'm pretty sure, basically one-shot every Gretchen unit. Even with that going down, even with the fact that it's one-shotting every Gretchen unit I have, the Knight's not going to. There's just so many Gretchen units on the field right now that it won't be able to do much out of that. And actually, I'm probably going to take the Space Marines point pretty shortly. It looks like they're actually not getting reinforcements anymore. You can see this Melta's missing. I guess they went after the Gretchen, which is rather stupid. I definitely make some questionable calls sometimes. And there's Rhinos trying to focus the Gorkanons, also a pretty bad choice. Now this is actually a very tough proposition. I'm not, because this is more units than I thought they had. Now most of them are pretty squishy and short range, but those assault terminator, or the flame terminators, are definitely a huge problem. They will definitely have to go somehow. What I'm going to do, I don't want to. So we get one volley there, and then we'll get one more round into these Wolf Guard. Now that didn't do very much, but we were able to now retreat. And I don't want to engage on those tactical Marines just yet, but I will juggle around these guys and try to set myself up to shoot away at them, and just kind of hit and run my way forward over time. Now there's a bunch of Gretchen here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to actually sneak up behind the AI, Not for any like particular damage reasons. I don't really expect these guys to do much of any damage, but I want them to distract the enemy and prevent them from going after my bikes. I don't really think the actually this is a flamer. I thought this was a Melta. So those Gretchen are gonna go down for very little gain, but that's okay. That's definitely a mistake on my part. I should have read that, and I did not read. There's the knight. I do wish there were like different models of knights. Pretty dope. I'm trying to level this unit up. I don't know how much. I forget how much a rhino is worth. I do know the drop pods are worth quite a bit. That's what I'm gonna do. Moves to here. And whiff. It seems that I think that the so I think these guys are much more accurate when they are deployed, when they haven't moved, than when they definitely are much more precise at long range. I'm not entirely sure what that range is, and so I'm definitely a little confused. I can move forward and I can try to hit this guy with. I do very little. I'm not entirely sure if you get some unique buffs with this guy if he levels. Now, what I can do is push forward here and try to kill these drop bots, just because there'll be a lot of potentially a lot of XP. No, maybe not. 300. So I'm definitely gonna push forward to here. Take some bolter fire. That's okay though. I don't really. It's kind of bad, but the rhinos are actually probably making me less XP than the drop pod kills, so that's what I'm going for. Now, a blast ammo could be good. Go fast, it could be really good too. It's a tough one. I'll take blast ammo, but it's definitely a little iffy. I think it's very much. That was very much a toss up. What I can do, I'm gonna run here and see if I can focus out this rhino. There we go. And with the rhino removed from play, my opponent's definitely kind of running out of troops. I'll be able to take that pretty shortly. My Gretchen are kind of running amok, just trying to spot things. Now I don't want to. If I can, I don't want to attract the knight's attention. So not entirely sure what units I have that could take the knight on in a reliable fashion at this point. Things are. It's not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's grim, but I definitely don't have many units that can reliably take on the knight. This is another kind of strange, dumb sort of thing. Yeah, you're getting some. They had to get some rear shots. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's brutal. They'll get some damage in on the knight for sure, but it's nothing crazy. Now you can see they're actually using anti-armor missiles on the Termes. Now Meltas. Like this just shows how AI will squander its attacks, really. And I definitely need to tear through these Wolfguard Terminators. They're you see, they spent 4 units worth of attacks. Granted, one of those units only had 1 shot, but shooting away at a single unit of Gretchen. Not entirely sure what's going on here, and I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. I don't know if the AI is gonna. Is this gonna lead to something, or? There we go. Okay, for a second I was thinking, I'm like, is it frozen up and just gonna be dancing back and forth? I'm actually gonna commit more DACA there and just try to mow through these guys very, very quickly. Those are Meltas, so I definitely need to be a little careful. But the long fangs need to go if I can at all succeed in doing that. And now I can just disengage. Bikes are definitely a very good unit. A very good tool to use as orcs. I think honestly I don't like saying units are overpowered, but I definitely think their bikes are overperforming. I could use the crack stick bombs here, but I think I'm just going to use the shootas at very close range and hope for the best. And it's not doing the best. Is not very much. Screw it. We're going to throw the stick bomb at them, and we do pick a model, which is good. Now we're going to dash over to here. We could no, we couldn't. One of the things is that the orc shooting, of course, is very low armor piercing. I assume the Imperial Guard is going to be a bit similar to orcs, but they'll be more accurate at long range because they're actually trained. Of course, one of the cool things is that, like, I guess one of the unfortunate things at Imperial Guard in a lot of the lore is just kind of described as like the cannon fodder faction, but they're actually, I guess, trained. So it's not like the really low end one. In a lot of the Imperial Guard novels, the really low end infantry is actually the PDF, the Planetary Defense Forces, are considered the real kind of garbage tier troops, not the Imperial Guard, who are actually, well, not elite, definitely decent in training. So here we are trying to pick off these Grey Hunters with Flamers. Yeah, I don't... Units leveled up. We have blasty ammo. I can move to here. And actually take some return fire because I wasn't paying attention. And... actually, that might not have been a bad choice because it seems to do some pretty major work. That's pretty awesome. Now, the super cannon for some reason is incredibly inaccurate. Let's see if there's like an optimal range where. So it seems that accuracy is like ideal at like about three squares distance. I actually made a mistake. I should have casted the overshooting or whatever it is, but I did not. So. Now we're going to turn to face the knight. I don't want to move the Gretchen forward because they'll tear through this drop pod, get rid of it. So now there's nothing Space Marine on this end of the map. We still need 2 turns before we can do another cast of Gretchen. Yeah, it's kind of looking all. I'm not actually sure when this guy took damage. I should have been more attentive, I suppose, but I'm not entirely sure what unit shot at him to maul him so badly. I'm going to push forward, see if I can spot any further enemies. It seems like everything's kind of fallen down here. Howl, blah blah blah, whiny wolves. I'll roast the Gretchen. So I think they're running out of troops at this point. Those poor guys got annihilated, and I think these are flamers, so they're not really able to do very much. Unfortunately, that's actually. These guys will get some decent amounts of damage in. Orc boys have very little armor, so do Shooter boys. That's honestly hilarious. It's stepped on. I kind of want to see if Gretchen can do damage to Knight. That is just brutal. I think I just lost almost all my Gretchen in a single round, but it's okay. The Flamers, you can see, just do obscene amounts of damage to the Gretchen. They're very, very susceptible to that sort of stuff. Now, what I can do at this point, though, is I can dash around, fire at the Knight's rear. You can actually see with the crits, definitely doing a decent amount of work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to here, pop Mordaka, and try to punch through this guy's shields and apparently fail miserably because for some ungodly reason. That's some pretty crazy tankiness. Honestly, the Knight is probably tankier than in most, if not all ways, really. Then I might have actually, I did just kill these guys. But the Knight is probably tankier than the Gorkanaut. I still don't quite have this unlocked, so hopefully I don't think the Knight can one-shot the flash kits. I'd be really sad if he could, but wouldn't be the end of the world now. I can shoot at the Swift Claws. I don't know if these guys have the these guys just have the run for it ability. These guys have I'm actually going to do is I'm going to push the Slugganobs in. Now Slugganobs, their only real advantage on Slugganobs is that they're pretty tanky. They have decent HP per model, and they have decent HP per model, and they're okay, not great, but okay armor. And I think that's really their two main advantages. Whereas, and that the problem is that I don't really think it's their stats aren't necessarily worth the extra points you pay for them. But not bad. I don't know. I can't actually climb that cliff, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dash around there, swing forward a little bit, mow through these poor Grey Hunters with flamers. Then I go up to the Rhino, I suppose. And fail miserably. Still quite a few turns to go before that's available once more, and we're just kind of stuck waiting, I suppose, for until next turn. And can I actually can? Oh, can I? I didn't realize I'd have this would actually have range. I suppose because Titans are Knights and Titans are huge. It kind of makes sense, though it's not really doing any damage anyway. Regardless, we're gonna end turn. As constantly getting reinforcements. Now this is a bit of a problem, but these guys will get to retreat, and I think these guys only get one action because they're no Gretchen or whatever. It's a loss I'm willing to take. These guys, I do believe they only get one action because, and you can see, holy heck, these are some pretty crazy reinforcements. The Orc boys took some nasty beating there. Knight Errant stomping around, being a nuisance. He stomps the Gretchen. I can really hope he can't one-shot the flash kits because I. Oh my God! Why is that was terrible? I don't understand. I don't actually know how the Gorkanaut managed to friendly fire down all of my flash kits. That was pretty atrocious, and honestly, kind of stupid. I don't. Oh God, that was bad. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Not really, but that's definitely disappointing. I don't. That was not something I was expecting to happen. And I kind of have myself to blame for it because of that ammo type I put on it. Now, and the worst part is these transports aren't, or the not the transports, but the battle wagons aren't very good actually at taking this guy down because with his shield and his oh well, now I can. I can miss the vast majority of my shots. I don't actually know. It seems like neither one's really doing much of any damage to him. And well, at least the Knight's broken, whatever that's worth. But I'm definitely not pleased with how that whole RNG situation worked out. That's I'm gonna try to stop because I complain about that a lot. This game, the RNG is just freaking horrible. Now, or you these choppas and do very little. I actually get smacked for about as yeah. Well, that's pretty sad. I don't even understand how that works out, but we're gonna focus on the blood claws now, and then disengage. And we're gonna try to bring this Rhino down and fail. Now, unfortunately, at point blank, the accuracy on units tends to face tank a lot, and we're just not really making a dent here. And I don't have crack grenade to drop a model. I'm not able to drop there. Not able to drop them enough, so this is definitely a little painful. I definitely wish I had these Orc boys over on that flank, so I'm going to start pulling them over. Probably a little too late to really get much out of them. I'm going to pop morale. I don't actually know if I needed that. It's okay. It's definitely a bit of a... These Space Marines, though, definitely a bit of a nuisance. Friendly fire, oh. You can see these guys are getting hit every time, whereas then they weren't attacking. They weren't really hitting every time. They hit every now and then, That's really annoying. Oh, well, oh boy, this could be really bad, because now the Thunderwolves aren't really a threat, because the Thunderwolves I can bring down with the Warbikers. Actually, same with the Wolf Guard, but like they're a threat to these squishy. And this unit still gets to shoot despite having just... At least the Knight seems to be routing off. Seems like he's hitting that Space Marine behind him. At least the Knight Errant's almost dead. That'll be nice. That'll be a big win. Now these Skyclaws are getting shot up. Oh boy, this is a lot of nasty units. And both of those shits, like at this point, it's really frustrating the way that those shields keep working no matter what. And well, the Knight's down, and Wolf Priest follows him into the afterlife. So perfect. So the AI is beat down. I'm able to send my Gretchen over there. Send some Gretchen forward. I'm so disappointed with the loss of those. So disappointed with the loss of the Ludas. That was, or the flash kits. That was the unit I was definitely kind of banking on, and they definitely did not come through. This is a bit rough. So, fortunately, these guys are, for some reason, it's about 90% chance to hit. They're failing to hit against these Skyclaws. Definitely a little frustrating. And we're going to try to disengage, which I don't think is going to be rather difficult. But throw a crack bomb at the Wolf Guard Termes, which does some damage. Nothing impressive, but some. We're going to load on the Thunderwolves and bring them down to size. Now, I can't really shoot at that, but set reaction arc, and our guys are moving forward. Run for it. We're just gonna run for it, quite literally. I don't know if this will actually help, but we'll try to blind the Terminators and make them a little less accurate. Oh, I should definitely use the clef ammo actually on those guys, because that would have made things much easier. Let's see if we can hit these blood claws and fail. But no, we hit a little bit. I think we're doing okay. We just gotta keep pushing forward, keep these Gretchen going, keep squishing our enemies, all that sort of stuff. Like I keeps getting reinforcements, which is definitely not fun. But I don't really know how the reinforcement, or if there even is a reinforcement cap, or if it depends on map or whatever. But it seems like a lot of times there's just no limit, and then it just keeps getting more and more reinforcements. And it's really annoying, these blood claws, despite locking slug. They lock the sluggas in melee, but then they themselves don't get locked in melee. I feel like that should be a sacrifice or like a trade-off. This Rhino running, I'm gonna have to run it down with the bikers, but that's gonna be a bad trade. Fortunately, these blood claws took a lot of hit, a lot of damage. Now this is gonna be huge because all these units are very lightly armored. You can see. Now if you do Space Marine gameplay, if you do the Space Marine campaign, Terminators are basically always worth it, no matter which variant it is. There basically is not a map or situation where Space Marine Termes are not a worthwhile choice. And I don't know if I'm actually happy about that, to be fair. Can I blind them and run forward and use our choppas and do very little. It's mildly disappointing. We'll fire the Termies and do very little there as well. I think these guys are locked. Yeah, they're locked in, well, theoretically melee. I can't actually fire anything, so I'll cry. Do nothing. But let's see. Well, we can hit the Rhino from all the way over here, which is nice. That's a win for sure. Now we can run up to here and unload on these Wolfguard Termies, and we can't actually bring them down, which is definitely unfortunate. But I definitely don't want to lose my bikes, so they're making a run for it. And this guy's just gonna keep running. I don't really know. Again, it's only an Orc Boy, but I don't want to lose units if I can avoid it. I actually think I should have focused on the long fangs with heavy bolters, because I could have. These guys are much more susceptible to the fire than the Wolfguard Terminators, especially at such long range. The guys definitely doesn't have at this point the control points. We can try to snipe the Terminators. Not really doing very much. Oh, it's doing something. I don't know if this is one of the leveled units. It is. So we're gonna push up to the hill. Like if we can. And it's crazy that such a huge gun will only get like 10 damage. And these guys can keep pushing. We want to keep pushing forward to keep distracting. Now, I think it looks like you only get 2 casts of Gretchen per game. It's not the end of the world, but obviously more would be nice. No, I think this is it. I honestly don't think I have anything else I can move. And I don't think the AI can really interfere enough at this point. I'm going to lose these shooters probably. If I don't. Well, maybe not. And the guy's so. Yeah, they're definitely losing him. Okay. So they're gone. And I think I'm probably going to lose this control point before this game's over. But it doesn't really matter because the AI is not capable of interfering and taking enough points. I might even lose this unit shooter. That would really suck. I'm going to shove the Warbikers forward. Oh boy, that was a huge mistake. I did not intend to tie down this or try to engage this Wolfguard Terminator with the bikes. I intended to just move them within a short distance, and then yeah, that definitely. Oh, I can actually. Okay, I can disengage because he just lost his zone of control. Still not where I want it to be, but it's okay. It's better than it was before. We can engage on this Wolfguard. You can see we're actually. Oh shoot! The splash of the dispersion at long range on this gun is ridiculous. But the fact that so many hits landed on those guys before was definitely a bit annoying. Let's see. So this guy's already leveled up. So what I want to do is, well, I could try to hit the troop pod. I'd want to level up this unit. One more hit. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So I'm not actually sure. Neither of these abilities are really that useful. Well, I guess I'll take Blessing of Mork just because it makes my units a little more survivable. But honestly, neither of those abilities are something I particularly care for. Just because, honestly, usually with these units, you kind of camp in the back. You don't really deploy them to the front or anything like that. And so, that would be something that's more useful in, say, an Orc Walker than it would be on these units. Now, we're still trying to kind of disengage here, disentangle ourselves, but I don't think it's really going to happen. Oh boy, this is brutal. No, they did. They were. No, I'm going to lose. It's whatever. Some low-end infantry lost is no big tragedy. The assault terminators in this game are definitely like the end-all be-all of melee infantry. There's no real better unit as far as melee infantry is concerned. I'm probably gonna lose this guy to alone. No, he holds out. No, oh, he'll die to these guys for sure. Pretty funny getting diced up. This little bit of range fire is gonna do very little. And that's game. So definitely a bit of a rough match. We did definitely some of these flash kits. Oh, it'd be so sad. But obviously the infantry losses are not entirely honest. We definitely lost some excessive. We definitely lost some orc boys. We lost the flash kits, but a lot of this is just Gretchen, and I lost most of my Gretchen units, I think, which is okay. And for elites lost, I don't even know what elite. I don't know if the flash kits count as both infantry and elite or just elite, because I can't think of any other high-end unit I lost in that game. Regardless, it was pretty fun. Definitely a good match. Definitely a bit tough in some points. Though the early game was pretty quick. I wouldn't say I'm not entirely sure how the game. I don't entirely know how the reinforcing works on the nightmare or whatever high-end difficulty this is. So I'm kind of confused, but definitely was fun. Got to level up my battle wagons. Got to level up some high-end units, and that's very important. And the blast dynamo on the Gorkanaut seems to be doing absolute wonders. So definitely hope you get. As we go on, I do believe 3 more skirmishes left to go. And then, of course, the final battle, cutting the wolf's throat. So that's what we're kind of looking for. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. If you have any comments, criticism, any questions about Total War Warhammer, or Sanctus Reach, or anything like that, or comments on how I can improve, be sure to post those in the comments, and I'll respond as soon as I can. As usual, guys, I do appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.